And we're on. And it's just the two of us today. Schedules are all over the place at the minute. It's tough to get us all on, but we thought we'd jump on and just give you a playoff update from the Punt League. We haven't reached the semi-finals now, so we're just going to run through the teams, give you what we think the lineups will be, and Tag will give us who he thinks he's going to win. So first of all, Tag, how have you been?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Obviously, it's crunch time in NFL fantasy land. The punt, obviously, being one of the leaders of the punt, making the final last year. Obviously, I've been well out of it this year. I've been way off it. Going to really put a massive effort in making sure I'm better in it next year. And obviously, you and Joe leading the way, and Joe's obviously fell down the wayside and gone to the sword this weekend. So we go with four teams left, only one punt man in Bish. Yourself, mate, leading the way. I took a tough lot. I mean, a couple of other serious leagues, I took a real tough loss in one of my other leagues where I literally had to pick between Drake London, AJ Brown, Devontae, who I started out of them three. I went with London. If I would have started the other two, I would have won the semi. I lost by 4 points, so I went with London. So very frustrating there, and I'm still in two big semi-finals in other leagues. So I'm well and truly still indulged in fantasy land, and I'm taking a real good watching eye on what's going to be two good battles in our semi-finals in the punt this weekend, where we're going to get someone's going to be losing the punt virginity. There's going to be a new punt champion and a new ring mate for someone.
That's it. We're looking forward to that. And again, I had one league. I had Cooper Kupp and Brock Purdy score me 4 points on Thursday night, and I was destined I'd lost. And I actually ended up winning by 20 plus points. So
yeah, I wrote you off.
Yeah, I never thought that'd happen, but yeah, so happy with that. But yeah, I think we'll get straight into it. I think we'll start with the first matchup. I tried to get it on the screen, but I'm struggling to get it up, so you'll just have to listen to us go through it. But it's myself. I finished 10-4 against Jordan Lane, who had a bit of a resurgence, and he's absolutely flown. I think he finished third overall, and he's just made a big splash in waivers as well. He spent 30 fab on Jerome Ford, so I believe, he's in his lineup straight away. So predictions, it's currently 110 to myself and 105 to Laney, so very tight. Just running through my team, my big decision was quarterback. I have been starting. Who have I been starting?
Cooper Rush is in now, isn't it? But you've been.
I have been starting Herbert. Yeah, I have been starting Herbert. He's got the Denver Broncos like in that match. With no running game for the Chargers.
Just lost you a minute there, then, Bish.
Yeah, I'm back. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiver pick up a Cooper Rush. He's coming in against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so that's my major change. I think. My running backs are Bijan Robinson, Kyron Williams, and in my flex is Devon Achane. My tight end is George Kittle. My wide receivers, I've gone with Devontae Adams and Brian Thomas. I've benched Terry McLaurin based off what he put up in the last game against the Philadelphia Eagles. He only had one catch. So I think that's a tough matchup. I think he'll be a little bit better, but I'm just going to go with two guys that I'm probably more confident in what they'll produce. Buffalo Bills defense against the Pats and Chris Boswell, who's been solid all year. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's just Cooper Rush, but yeah, we'll see. And then I'll go through Laney's.
Yeah, on Rush though, Bish just come off arguably his best game for the Cowboys. Jordan Lane, obviously a good friend of the show and myself. First time in fantasy last year. Second year, learned a lot of his lessons from the first year. He was one of the most consistent players this year playing. And when I went to bed on Sunday night, because I was up early Monday, I messaged him and I put, I think you've lost, but But I said, if St. Brown and the Broncos defense pull it out second half, you're winning. And I woke up and I'd seen that Lane just wrote back and put they have. Obviously, St. Brown went off and the Broncos had the the Benito pick six and a few more interceptions and that. And I think there's been a lot of luck there with Laney this year as well, and deserved luck. Not that he's been lucky. He's nailed some stuff, and I think it's going to be a real tough matchup. And I honestly believe that the winner of this tie will go on and win the lot, in my opinion. And it's a big call. If we're looking at Jordan Lane, we've got the informed Joe Burrow playing Cleveland Browns, so that's going to be a 300-yard game. I think straight away, you're going to be having to claw 20, 25 points there, Bish, from somewhere on him. Yeah. Derrick Henry, can he be as poor as what he has been last week or two? But he is playing Pittsburgh. Jerome Ford, I love that pick up against the Bengals. No Nick Chubb the rest of the year. Amon St. Brown, you know what he's like. He'll probably go off against Chicago Bears like Jay Jets did the other night. DJ Moore back the other way against the Lions. We know about their defense at the minute didn't look too good. And then we've got Mark Andrews, again, Pittsburgh D. Pollard, who's going against the Colts, who have a pretty good run defense. A Bates kicker, and he's going Broncos D. That solid Broncos D against the Chargers. I mean, I'm looking at his team now, and at the minute he's got Addison, Shakir, Mari Cooper, Etienne, Kraft, and Saints D on the reserves. Shakir has been massive for Buffalo. I mean, for me, I just don't trust Caleb Williams in that O-line at the minute. And I know DJ Moore is his guy. They're going against Detroit in a game what they'll be livid with last week, just going down to the Bills and a massive score. There was poor defensively. Montgomery gone for the season. I think we'll see a real Lions bounce back game. And the way Josh Allen's playing, the way Shakir, I mean, we even saw the clip of him telling Josh Allen the play he wanted going into the scrimmage for the touchdown where he did the fake sweep and then pass inside. I just think if I'm Jordan Lane, I'm changing that. I'm going Shakir in for DJ Moore. And I'm also potentially looking at Kraft against that poor Saints team now, with Kamara done for season, it looks like. Carr's done. They're on the rack, the Saints, and you've got Kraft Green Bay going there against the Saints. I know it's a big call because it's Mark Andrews and he has it some form, but you could be looking at that one as well. But no, it's going to be a real close matchup. I don't think there's going to be much in it. I think if Laney swaps out for DJ Moore, Shakir, I think I'm just favouring Laney, Bish. I'm sorry, mate. I know the projections. I think with Brian Thomas, you've got to go with him, Bish, but you're relying on Mac Jones. And Devontae Adams, he was huge last week. They're going to Rams, obviously, you know their secondary better than anyone, but can they do what he did again? It's Aaron Rodgers. Are the Rams going to wear it? Yeah. It's going to be close, mate. And I think where the edge is that QB. Cooper Rush can definitely bring it home for you, don't get me wrong, but I just think you straight away need some big standouts from your running backs. You're running back heavy, and obviously Laney's got the advantage on the QB. So I think as it stands now, current lineups, I'm saying Bish just with a win. And in my opinion, I could be completely wrong. I'm not in the playoffs, but if Laney flips out Shakir against the Pats for DJ Moore, Laney just gets the win. That's my call.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at his team and I'm just a bit worried at some of the players. I think he's got definitely Burrow, St. Brown. I'd even throw in Jerome Ford now, who can just really explode. I think that's a massive matchup. Cleveland, Cincinnati. We've seen Jameis Winston's been benched. So I think Cleveland will rely on the run heavily, and that'll be all Jerome Ford, which worries me a little bit, if I'm honest. So yeah, I agree with you there. It's hopefully Burrow doesn't have a monster game, and keeps it close for me. I think Bijan will have a massive game. So yeah. Oh, Kittle as well. He's gone off the boil a little bit. I know the 49ers haven't been firing on all cylinders. So and then again the defenses. I'm hoping Buffalo can get plenty of turnovers against New England there to rival what the Broncos have been doing lately. So yeah, it's all to play for definitely there. So a very tight affair, but yeah, we'll see what happens. See how that one gets on. And then we'll just move to the second one. And actually, it's Jason Bass and then the second seed, Isaac. And Jason Bass actually has got the projected best scorer of the week here is at 114, and just
I know.
running through. Go on.
No, I was going to say straight off the ball, eyes on it for the first time. We've written Team Lamar MVP off all year, and I'm going to write him off again now because looking at this matchup, I can't see how he wins it. I think it's going to be a comfortable win for the Vegas Raiders and Bassey, but I'll let you run through the teams where it's at the minute, Bish.
Yeah, Bass's team is strong. He's got Jalen Hurts quarterback. He's got Jonathan Taylor running back. He'll hopefully run into the end zone this time with the ball. He's got Brian Robinson. His wide receivers are Nico Collins and Puka Nakua. Tight end is Brock Bowers. His flex is Garendo, the running back for the 49ers. And then he's got Koo, kicker, and Baltimore defense as well. And just looking at his bench, he's got Malik Neighbors sat on his bench there. Jonnu Smith as well. They're probably two ones that I'd say would get in that team. But no, like I said, it's a pretty strong lineup, that, isn't it? Regardless, like you said, he's got projected the best score of the week. So
I think me looking at that Bish off the top of my head, I think Brian Robinson has been so flaky this year of injuries, and that Washington running back team, you can't rely on. They're going against Philadelphia Eagles, a good defense. For me personally, I'm flipping Garendo into starting running back. I'm dropping Robinson and I'm starting Malik Neighbors in the flex. Neighbors is the clear go-to guy at the Giants. He got another 10 receptions last weekend to equal the franchise record for rookies with 10 or more receptions in a game. I think that was his 5th this season, going with the same with Odell. He is the guy who gets the ball and gets open. Going against that struggling Atlanta team, who obviously are starting Penix Jr. for the first time this week, that Giants defense could really get after Penix and get some turnovers and put them straight in some red zone opportunities. So I think Vegas Raiders wins already, but I think if you're going to absolutely secure it and nail it, for me, you flip Garendo to starting running back, you drop Brian Robinson and you start Neighbors. That's what I'd be doing personally.
Yeah, and then just looking at Isaac's team, he had the bye last week, so he's not done anything to it yet, which you'll see from his lineup. But he's got Lamar, obviously his main man. He caused some waves in the draft. He traded up from, I believe, 8th spot to early on 3rd, possibly, to get Lamar. That was seen as a no, but he's delivered so far, so it's just whether it continues. But he's got Lamar at running back, quarterback. He's currently got David Montgomery in his running back slot. Obviously, he's out, so that'll have to change. His other running back is Najee Harris. His wide receivers are currently Xavier Worthy, Mike Evans, and then he's playing 2 tight ends. He's got Njoku in the tight end slot, and he's got Fryermuth in the flex spot at the minute. And that's followed up by Moody for the 49ers, kicker, and Tampa Bay defense. Just looking at his bench, he did pick up Justice Hill off waivers. So maybe he slots in there instead of Montgomery. And then he's got George Pickens on the bench if fit. I'm presuming he'll come in and relieve one of those tight ends. So a bit to do, I think, if we're looking at it. But, Lamar, we've seen all year, he's capable of a monster game, isn't he? Yeah. And he's going to have to, I think, Hurts has got at least one tush pushing him, and so they're sort of cancelling each other out.
Yeah, I just don't like looking at the team. I know I want to big it up as close. Look, Lamar, I've got him as my QB in my other big semi-final arm, and I'm really worried about this week. You've got to play him. Lamar's Lamar, but that Steelers defense is so good. I know they're at home to him, but TJ Watt is just... There's defensive player of the year, and then there's everyone else following 20 miles behind him. He's that good. And Lamar, we know Lamar can throw in that bad game. And I'm just worried that these prime time semis, me having him as one of them, is going to be this week. I don't like the Justice Hill pickup against the Steelers defense. He's running back 2 against that Steelers running D. What's class? I like, if he's fit, obviously he's got George Pickens sat there. He's got to get him in. He's dangerous, his number 1 target, and that Baltimore secondary is atrocious. So you've really got to get, I think you've got to have George Pickens in. put in the flex, and I think you have Njoku staying as your tight end against that Bengals. And then you've got Pickens, Mike Evans, and Worthy. Obviously, it looks like he's going to put Justice Hill in front of Montgomery. I just can't see how he wins. I could be completely wrong. Fantasy football, it's always the same. I'm just quickly trying to get up now. Sorry, I'm looking down, everyone, but I'm just looking now what other running backs are available. And straight away, instead of Justice Still, for me personally, I'd be all over Kendre Miller, who is going to be running back one. He's going to be running back one for the Saints this week. Kamara come off after the touchdown. They said he's pulled his groin bad. Couple of games left. I'd be shocked if you see Alvin Kamara again this year. I could be wrong. But straight away, if that news is as we expect, you've got Kendre Miller there, running back one for the Saints. Also Abdullah, who's looking like running back one. And that is going to be a real interesting game, that, because it's the battle of the number one pick in the draft. The Raiders going against Jacksonville. No one wants to be that worst team. Abdullah got a touchdown last week, I believe, a receiving one. I think he scored 12, 13 point, or 16.1 he scored, Abdullah, for the Raiders. I mean, for me, it's a no-brainer. I'd be taking Abdullah now, get rid of your Justice Still and start Abdullah in. If you start Abdullah in and bring Pickens in, you've got a chance of competing in that game for me. Otherwise, I think the base Vegas Raiders roll to an easy win and look at a final against you all, Laney.
One question I'd throw in there, and you mentioned Pickens comes straight in. I'm looking at it. Would you in that flex? Would you stick with Worthy, or would you put another tight end in there?
No, I'd 100% go with Worthy because he's
Even
just got the
Carson Wentz potentially.
That's it. Carson Wentz can throw the ball. Carson Wentz is still a very good thrower of the ball. That Houston Texans team's a bit up and down. They've been involved in some high-scoring games, and I just think if Lamar MVP is going to win this game, he's going to have a couple of breakout games, and that Xavier Webb is that type of breakout player. I've started in one of my leagues over a more consistent play because I know that I'm behind the 8 ball going into that match, and you need a big score. And I think the fact if he starts with Worthy, Pickens, and Evans, the odds are you get one or two of the three of having a big game there with their matchups.
Yeah.
But opinions are opinions. I'm the one not sat in the playoffs, and I'm not. I'm just trying to be an independent reader of the situation. I think if Lamar messes around with his team a bit, don't go with Justice Hill, picks up Abdullah, it's going to be a real interesting match, that one, a lot more interesting than I thought it could be.
I think I lost you for a little bit there.
Did you? Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
So I just think if he gets rid of Justice Hill, brings in Abdullah, that could be a real good matchup against the Jags. Plays around with his team a bit. That should get his average up to projection about 105 to 110. And then we're going to have two really good semi-finals all rounds. But the big one for me is you and Laney. Really could go either way. I'm sure Laney's going to listen to this. He listens every week, and don't go with me at your peril. But Shakir over DJ Moore for me all day long.
That's good. Like you said, if when Isaac has a look at his team and sorts it out, potentially you've got everyone over 100 there. So you've got good teams, projected good scores. So we just hope that the good games, and I guess you just want everyone to perform. If you get beat, from everyone performing, you can live with that. If you like last week, if your Cooper Cup throws up a 0 for you or something like that, that's what kills you. But yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll report back.
I think the thing for me is, which no one's got in our semis at the minute, for me, Josh Allen is the cheat code in fantasy football. 50-odd, 40-odd. It's just ridiculous. If you go against Josh Allen this week in your semi-finals or finals, I'm really sorry for you. I really feel for you. And I just think it's an unfair advantage at the minute because he's just doing everything. He is ridiculous. And he wants that MVP award for the first time. And I guarantee you're going to see another 30 points out of him this week minimum. So if you've got Josh Allen in your team, well done. If you don't, like our 4 semis, it makes it a bit more fairer.
Yeah. Josh Allen it's scary to think that. I think that offense can get even better. Like Amari Cooper weren't used last week.
No.
Still, the tight end situation is still a work in progress. So coming up against the Patriots, well, that could be a riot. So
and they're flipping all 3 running backs in now, and they're all still scoring high.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But no, I think that sort of sums it up really. Like I said, we previewed the 2 semis. I'll just make a note of our previous champion, Matty Crimes, who's still making waves in the bowl section. He's still signing players, taking it very seriously, which I like to see. So good mention to him there, playing it to the death. But no, that's it. Thanks for coming on, Tag. I think Joe's going to add a little bit on his own, and then we'll get it uploaded. So thanks for coming on.